Welcome to Paper Moons, a space for the letters to people we've carried in our hearts. This week's theme is unsent letters, and tonight we read Leo to his father. It's a story about love that was never spoken aloud, but lived in every small, ordinary gesture. Hi, Dad. It feels strange to start this way. Hi, Dad. It's been months since the funeral, and I still don't know how to talk to you. I keep wanting to start with something lighter, like, hey, did you see the game last week? Or, I finally fixed the old radio.
That would have been more us, right? Talking about small things so we didn't have to say the big ones. I guess that's how we loved each other, sideways, through actions, not words. We'd fix the roof without being asked, drive all the way to my apartment when my car broke down, and leave before breakfast because you had work. I'd notice your hands shaking a bit from age or exhaustion, and I'd pretend not to see. I thought that was respect. Now it just feels like cowardice. The house still smells like you, motor oil, coffee, and that faint hint of menthol from your old cigarettes. Mom keeps your slippers by the door like you might come back for them. I've told her she should put them away, but I think she needs that illusion that maybe you just stepped out to buy bread.
And the sound of your keys will fill the hallway again any minute now. I visit sometimes, sit in your old chair and turn on the TV just to fill the silence. That creak the chair makes when I lean back. It's the same one I used to complain about. You'd always say, it's not broken, it just remembers. Funny, I think I get it now. Things creak when they hold too much history. Do you remember that night we fixed the fence together? I was 14. I kept hammering the nails crooked, and you just sigh and straighten them after me. I thought you were annoyed, but now I realize you were just teaching me patience. Wordlessly, you didn't believe in lectures. You believe in showing up, in keeping your head down and your hands busy. I used to resent that about you. I thought love meant long talks, apologies, I'm proud of yous, but you loved in quiet ways. In the way you checked the tire pressure before I took the car. In the way you'd leave the porch light in no matter how late I got home. That porch light haunted me the night you died. I had been meaning to visit. You'd called earlier that week, said the mango tree was heavy with fruit again, and that the neighbor's kid broke another window, that your knee was acting up. I told you I'd come by next weekend, but next weekend never came. I got the call from mom while I was halfway through lunch. Cardiac arrest. Quick, she said. Peaceful, she said. But those words didn't feel peaceful. They felt like static, like the kind you hear when the radio loses signal. 1 second you're there, the next, silence. At the wake, people kept telling me how much I look like you. Same eyes, they said. Same stubborn chin. I didn't know what to say. I wanted to ask if that meant I'd also die with too many things left unsaid. When I saw you in the casket, I was angry. Angry that you didn't take better care of yourself. Angry that you never told me what was really going on with your heart. Angry that I didn't notice, but mostly I was angry at myself for needing you to die before I understood how much you loved me. Do you remember when I moved out after college? You didn't say a word during the whole drive. You just kept your eyes on the road, one hand on the wheel, the other tapping that rhythm you always did when you were nervous. When we finally unloaded my boxes, you handed me a small envelope. Inside was 5,000 pesos and a note that said, for emergencies. That was it. No, I'll miss you. No, take care. Just for emergencies. I still have that note. I found it again recently, creased and yellowing. I used to think you meant money emergencies, but now I think you meant life emergencies, the kind where I need to remember that you're there for me, even when you couldn't say it out loud. You'd probably laugh if you saw me writing this letter. You never liked sentimental stuff. You once said, words are cheap, work's what matters. Maybe you were right, but words are all I have left of you now. I wish we'd talked more about anything, about what it was like for you growing up with Lola's temper, about your dreams before you had to give them up for us, about whether you were happy. I tried to ask once, remember? We were sitting on the porch and I asked if you ever regretted staying in the same town all your life. You just said, regrets, a waste of gas. And that was the end of it. I laughed, but I remember feeling this small ache, like I just missed a door that briefly opened and shut. Now that I'm older, I understand that silence was your shield. You came from a time when men were taught that softness was weakness. You built walls because no one ever showed you that love could sound like tenderness too. I see that now because I've started doing the same thing. I catch myself swallowing the words I should say to my own son. Things like, I'm proud of you, or it's okay to cry. They stick in my throat the way yours probably did. It's like I inherited not just your face, but your silence. Sometimes I wonder if you knew, if you ever wanted to say those things to me but couldn't find the language. I think the answer is yes, because I remember one night, I must have been around 10. I had a fever, and you stayed up beside me the whole night, wiping my forehead with a damp towel. I woke up and saw you there, your eyes half closed, humming that old tune from the radio. You thought I was asleep, but I saw you lean close and whisper something. I couldn't make out the words then. Now I think I know what you said. Maybe it was, I love you. If that's true, then I guess this is me whispering it back. Too late, but still true. I love you, Dad. I love you for the things you said and the things you couldn't. For teaching me that love isn't always loud or eloquent. Sometimes it's fixing a fence, driving across town, or sitting in silence beside someone who needs you. I know I never said it when you were alive, but I hope you heard it anyway. In the way I tried to make you proud, in the way I laughed like you, in the way I kept showing up even when words failed. Mom says the mango tree bloomed early this year. I like to think it's you, reminding us that even after things die, they still find ways to return. If there is a heaven, I hope it's a quiet one, a place with no expectations, no unspoken apologies, just a porch, a soft breeze, and the sound of leaves rustling, the kind of silence that feels like peace. Until we meet again, Dad, I'll keep the porch light on. Love, Leo. There's a particular kind of ache that comes from loving someone who didn't know how to say they loved you. It's not loud or cinematic, it's quiet, heavy, and often misunderstood. Leo's letter reminds us of something many of us have lived through, that the generation before us often expressed love through labor, not language. They built, fixed, provided, and somewhere along the way, the I love yous got buried under bills, repairs, and the quiet weight of responsibility. For Leo and for many of us, it takes loss to decode that language. We grew up thinking our parents were distant, only to realize later that they were simply loving us in the way they knew how, through full gas tanks, through repaired fences, through a light left on. It's easy to call that silence a flaw, to say he should have said it, and maybe he should have. But there's something profoundly human about that struggle, the way love and fear often share the same breath. For some, saying I love you feels like walking into a storm without an umbrella. Vulnerability was never taught to them. They learned survival instead. What Leo's letter teaches us is that love can live in unfinished sentences, that silence doesn't always mean absence. Sometimes it's effort in disguise. It's a hand steadying a ladder, a voice saying, text me when you get home, a man waking in the middle of the night to check if his son's fever has gone down. Still, regret lingers because even when we understand their silence, part of us still longs for words, for one moment of clarity, that audible, I'm proud of you. And yet, maybe the miracle lies in the realization itself. The moment Leo understood that his father's silence was love, not perfect but real, something in him softened. That's what love does. Even after death, it continues to teach us how to see. There's a quiet kind of forgiveness in that, not the dramatic kind, but the one that happens in small, everyday ways, in the way we choose to speak what our parents couldn't, in how we hold our children longer or tell our friends we love them outright. Healing often begins where silence once lived. Leo ends his letter by saying he'll keep the porch light on. That line stays with me because maybe that's all any of us can do. Keep a light burning for the people who taught us in their imperfect ways what love looks like. And sometimes silence says, I love you, louder than words ever could. And sometimes the bravest thing we can do is to answer it out loud. Thank you for listening to Paper Moons. If this letter found a quiet place in your heart, maybe because you too had someone you never got to say the words to.